Alright. Let's see if that's working. There we go. Alright. So, as always, start a few minutes early, just so that way we can wait for people to come in. Let's get the cursor off the screen. Yeah. Now hold on. Huh. Yeah, my score for the genocide route is much lower than the other ones because, well, ended up game overing quite a few times. Y'all can see the previous stream should be Hallowstream 2022 bonus. You can find it in the link in the description. It is the link to the stream archives playlist. I don't think I've ever, talked about it in one of the streams itself. But, after the streams go up, I don't take them down, I don't put them on another site or anything like that. I instead unlist them rather, and put them in the stream archives playlist, which is in the description of all of the streams. You can find it via the playlists button on my YouTube channel. And eventually I'll just make a video, and I'll have it in there as well. But yes, I just figured I would go over that little preamble while we were waiting. As you can see, we now have a new menu on the, a new option on the main menu, known as Boss Rush. We are not going to play through Boss Rush. We've already seen the bosses. We've seen most of them. All of them? Most of them. I don't remember if there are any changed bosses in Ultimate Mode, but that is the main thing that we are going to be playing today. Because we have previously played through Normal Mode, where we just had all of our allies join us and we, well, kind of stopped the darkness. Zangetsu ended up sacrificing himself to save his allies. He ended up in the future in this one, I believe. Yeah. And then we did the Nightmare Mode, where we saved Zangetsu's soul, but not his body. That one was kind of sad, but god, the boss fight was really fun. And then we have what I call the genocide route, or, genocide mode, I guess. Where Zangetsu, instead of teaming up with his allies from the previous runs, kills them all, and then gets consumed by the darkness that he was trying to stop. And now we have Ultimate Mode, starting in just a minute. There remaining no one who can stand against Zangetsu, the true ruler of the night. Oh, there remains no one, not there remaining. That's kind of a poor description of Ultimate Mode. Because what it is you get Ultimate Zangetsu from, this run, and you get all your allies from Normal and Nightmare. So I don't know why they describe it like that. Also, I like how there's no description for Normal Mode. Alright. But it is 5 o'clock, so we start our run. As always, we will be playing on Veteran, casual, as I've described every so often, lives are unlimited, and taking damage will not knock back the player, as well as taking 1 point less of damage. And as the game so helpfully describes, there is no penalty for selecting casual mode, which is very nice. That's a problem I had with a lot of older games. It would kind of like make fun of you and say, oh, you're not a true warrior, play it again on hard mode. And then it's just like, I just played your game. There was once a man who had been given the moon's curse by demons. That man was Zomgetsu, wrapped in crimson garb with eyes like fire. He relentlessly pursued the demons who cursed him. As he journeyed from one pit of darkness to another, he would stop at nothing until he struck down every last demon in his path. One night, he sensed the looming presence of a great demon. He swore to eradicate all demons, no matter how much of a threat they posed. Bathed in moonlight, he cried out as he drew his sword, which consumed the darkness from within its wretched steel. On that night, either the demons or the moon itself would feel the wrath of his blade. I'm pretty sure that's the same no matter which mode you play through, but I figured since this was going to be the last Curse of the Moon stream that I did, I would just run through it again. Alright, Stage 1, Moonlight Temptation. As you can see, we actually have a charge move that I don't think I ever did in the Zangetsu's genocide route playthrough. So yeah, this being the fourth subsequent playthrough, there's not too much to be said. Oops. We still have all of our abilities from the evil playthrough. But now we can take shortcuts like that. Hey look, we can use that power-up I never use. There we go. So yeah. This one's probably going to be a bit more chill. I apologize if I don't provide the greatest commentary. Getting off to a great start. But as you can see, we don't start off with our allies. And that is because we have to save their souls again from the bosses. Ah, nice. I don't think there's any benefit from going and slaying them this time. But then again, I have never personally tried. And I don't feel like trying it this time. So that's a mystery for another day, I guess. Oops. So yeah. Hallowstream will not end after this stream, obviously, because there are more weeks in October. Instead, we will be playing another game. What game that is, you will have to see, or wait and see next week. Or if you're watching this back via stream archives, well, you already know what the next thing is. You can just read it in the playlist. But as to not spoil the mystery, I'm not going to reveal it just yet. Another thing that I'm going to do is, not die in the first stage again. Even though I've already died. Don't worry about it. What I mean is, I will not get a game over in the first level again. I don't remember exactly when you get the charge slash for Zangetsu, but I know the game doesn't tell you about it. But let me tell you, it can be done either on the air or in the ground. In the air or on the ground, and it is a very useful move. Because as you can see, its range is enormous. Oops. Oh, you can use sub-weapons while charging it up. I didn't know that before. Neat. And I believe that, the Mechatrain's hand, or whatever it's called, can hurt you while it's coming to scoop up that piece of rubble. Rubble, garbage, coal. Whatever a demonic train would be using. Right. Thank you for saving me. Was it the demon's power you used to seal that beast? You're a shardbinder. That power can summon forth demons at will. I cannot allow that. Wait, it is true that I am a shardbinder. However, I have sworn to be ever righteous in the command of this power. In my command of this power. I refuse to be used for evil. Then show me the proof of that determination in battle. Miriam has become an ally. Once again, that's probably going to be the last one that I actually voice. Because it's just going to be the same thing that we've seen in the normal mode playthrough. Stage 2, Frigid Hell. Also, now that we have Ultimate Zangetsu, unless he becomes low on health, he's going to pretty much be the character I default to. Because before that was either Jeeble or Miriam, but now he's just so good. Alright. Oh, nice. Absent-mindedly collecting hearts, as you do. I don't know if we could, like, slide and then switch characters. You know what? I'm going to give it a shot. That worked out swimmingly. That's not the direction I wanted to go in. Alright. You know what? That gives us a shot to do the jump again, I guess. I'm not going to sit here and sacrifice Zangetsu a whole bunch of times just to try and get this jump. Yeah. So, with that, I'm just going to continue forward with Miriam. Unfortunately, your allies don't get any new abilities in, say, Ultimate Mode. They act just the way that they did in Normal and Nightmare modes. But you know what? That's fine. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Oh, nice, thanks. It gave me the same sub-weapon I already had. You don't need to reinvent the wheel just to keep things interesting. Everybody has their purpose on the team. Oh no, that health. Dang, I didn't make it in time. Oh, whatever shall I do? Right, sarcasm aside. That was so much worse. Alright, there we go. But, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. This game is, short enough that I feel like just the inclusion of Ultimate Zangetsu while being able to play with the other characters, while, it's kind of repetitive, they also don't expect you to marathon the games. Or marathon the game, rather. It's something where you come back and you can play it at your own time. It's not like, oh, I unlocked Nightmare Mode for the day, and if I don't beat it right now, I'm going to lose access to it without I'm going to lose access to it and I'll have to beat Normal Mode again. Like, if that was the case, I think this would be a much worse game in that regard. Alright. There we go. Get out of here. Alright. I don't remember many games who have, like, time-gated unlockables like that, where you would have to beat the entire game just to get access to it again. I don't doubt that it's ever happened in the history of video games, but there's a reason why that isn't very common. Dang it. Alright. As you can see, it's using the Nightmare Mode variants of the boss. I didn't look up to see if they had any, like, HP or attack differences. Or, I mean, like, damage number differences, not like, oh, do they do any different attacks? Because, of course it does. Ah, nice. Alright. Woo, this is going great. Ultimate Zangetsu, save me. Alright. Alright. So yeah, that was the charge slash in action. For reference, this is how long it takes to defeat the ice golem using normal slashes. I want to say it does twice the damage, just off the top of my head, just looking at how long it took to, dang it, how long it took to kill the second Ice Titan. It might have been 5 hits, might have been 4. I wasn't paying too much attention, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry. Nice. And it very much does the Mega Man thing where it does have a charging up weapon noise. So I'm sorry if you like Mega Man but can't stand the sound of the charge up noise. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have a ducking charging slash animation. There we go, I finally found a use for the sickle. Scythe, whatever it's supposed to be. I'm terrible at remembering the actual names for these things. Nice. There we go. Alright. Well, that was rude. But that was also a good time to show you that, yes, like I said, the desperation attacks don't kill you. They just bring you down to 1 HP and don't give you an extra life. But that's fine, because, you know, if you end the stage with less than 3 lives, it just bumps you up anyway. Wow, look at all this dialogue that is exactly the same. Stage 3, The Brilliant Void. Yeah, I want to get this one for medium. Also, I was having such an issue with the ceiling crawling ones in my previous playthroughs. All you need to do is walk a bit to the left when they start coming down. Like, it ain't that deep. I swear. I swear we can get up here. Dang it. Alright, alright. Oh, but also, even without the attack up, those dudes go down in 1 hit to a charge slash. I believe the charge slash doesn't actually power up the charge slash any, which is fine, because, you know, it's plenty powerful on its own. Alright. Whew, that was very close. But you know what? There's just something satisfying in this game about getting Ultimate Zangetsu and all your allies and just taking stuff out with charge slashes. Oops. Alright. Come on. Ah, dang it. Oh, well. And even if the enemy did respawn, it would be right on top of us. However, I will get Frost Caliber. Alright. Nice. Thank you, lingering hitboxes. Oops. Dang it. Whatever shall I do? Oh, whoops. There we go. I was about to say, excuse me? Come on. There we go. Right. And I'll do this, I guess, how the game wants me to do it. There you go. But yeah, if you know what you're doing, this game isn't too bad when it comes to cooking up alternate routes and paths that you can take. Most characters can get to most areas, or at the very least, if you have the right sub-weapons, characters like Alfred can be almost as useful as friggin' Jeeble when it comes to getting you to secret areas. Very necessary. Dang it, I could have given that to Miriam. Alright. There we go. Some other games that I've been playing recently. Hold up. How did I just do that? I went through the stairs. Sorry, that caught me off guard. I don't remember what I was saying. Huh. Oh, huh, I should probably have Zangetsu ready. Oh, nice. Oh no. Don't do your hand smash attack. Oh, nice. Alright. This time, can I avoid this attack? Which I seem to have problems doing every other run. Alright, there we go, I did. Oh, I was talking about other games that I've been playing. Well, I haven't been playing it, but I am very excited for Sonic Frontiers to come out November 8th. And I'm probably not going to stream that just because I do my streaming and my game on the same computer. Stage 4, Blasphemy unto Heaven. I do my streaming and my actual playing of the game on the same computer, and that seems a bit more graphically intensive than Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, if I am being completely honest, so I don't know how well my computer would be able to handle it. Like, actually playing the game? Sure, I can do that. Hopefully. But, you know, when it comes to doing that and streaming at the same time, I'm not quite sure. I might try to find a way to see if I can, like, record the game or something. But as for streaming, probably not until I upgrade my computer. So there's that, which I'm excited for. I have been playing through the Sly Cooper games. I've had to put that on hold because my PS3, it's a PS3 Slim, and it's I'm just gonna say not great. Just in terms of build quality, the PS3 was a strange machine. I prefer it over the Xbox 360. That being said, it very much wants to prove that that was perhaps the wrong choice. It was, or it is, aside from the PlayStation Vita, the last... oh nice, I actually got the jump this time. The last Sony system that I really enjoyed. The PS4 and PS5 don't really do it for me. If you enjoy them, all the more power to you. It's just not exactly for me. I much prefer, you know, PC, the Xbox Series X. I finally got my hands on that. That was a wild time. Well, I say that as if I've done that recently. I've had it for a bit. But actually getting it was very much a hassle. But the reason why I got it was, you know, 4K Blu-rays, which are always very nice. I didn't realize how little health Miriam had. 4K Blu-rays, and I meant to switch to Jeeble. I hit the wrong button. 4K Blu-rays, and the backwards compatibility, because the original Xbox was the first system I ever owned. I did have a plug-and-play Sega Genesis, which is how I played Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the first time, because that was the first game I ever played. That one was done by Radica, and not at games. Screw at games. But I digress. Oh no, we don't have Miriam. However, will we get that? But I was going somewhere with this. Sega Genesis, Sega Genesis plug-and-play console. First, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, first game I ever played. Original Xbox, first actual system I ever owned. And aside from getting that one, or needing to get that one repaired as well, you know, still play the games through backwards compatibility, through my non-modded Xboxes. I play them just whenever and however I can, because, you know, it's probably one of my favorite consoles, but that's also because of nostalgia bias. But also, you know, it can run games at not garbage quality, which is sometimes not not something that could be said of the other two systems in that generation. Looking at you, Sonic Heroes on PlayStation 2. Oh, nice. What was I supposed to do there? Well, that was unfortunate. So yeah. I actually have 3 different systems I need to get repaired. The Sega Genesis, no, not the Sega Genesis. I bought a Model 1 Sega CD. It was listed as broken, so I knew not to expect a whole lot. Tried fixing it myself. Evident pretty quickly that wasn't going to work. I think it needs to be recapped, or at the very least, I need to have somebody else other than me look at it. Somebody who's a bit more experienced, and of course, the nondescript place where I live doesn't have a whole lot of people in the, Right, that doesn't cancel out his attack. The nondescript location where I live does not have a whole lot of console modders and repair type people. Nope. Screw you. Ah. Alright, I think I'm going to need to actually employ strategy. And in order to do that... Bye! So I have a Model 1 Sega CD that... Why am I back here? There was a checkpoint up there. Why am I back here? That's strange. Oh well. So I have a Model 1 Sega CD. I can power it on, the lights turn on, but no actual video gets fed through. No video nor audio. I should state. So I know it's probably not a power thing. Like, I've tried multiple different power adapters. And so far, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the power. So I think it's probably something... yeah, I'll get that. Just because when both of them do their flame throwing attack, I would rather have something that could cover me. That is also why I didn't grab any different sub-weapons for Alfred this time. But it seems like it's something to do with the actual output, because, like I said, the system does connect. Ooh, you can get double hits with the charge shot. That's nice. Alfred saved me. Oh, hello. Well, there we go. Come here. I'm gonna get you. Nice. Alright. So, first one, Model 1 Sega CD. I'm going to stop thinking about the granular details, that way I can actually focus more on not dying. Which is going swimmingly, as you can tell. Everybody else is fine. Should I keep... I'll see what other sub-weapon I get. I'm very much going to keep the fire shield for, Alfred. But the second console I need to have repaired is my original Xbox. I had my former roommate, shoutouts to them, and this story probably isn't the greatest to say shoutouts to them, because, you know, but unironically, cool dude. But in this case, you know, it was just something that happens. We took my modded original Xbox. I am going so well with this. Got the Xbox HD Plus, which I would very much recommend. I ended up getting one of the ones from the Bad Batch. I'm probably not going to use this because I don't have enough weapon points. But you know what? We'll just try to make it through anyway. I got one in the Bad Batch, and no matter how many times I filled out the Google form, I never got any response saying, oh yeah, we'll send you a updated kit, so that way you can receive proper updates via the internet. But I haven't really been worrying about that too much. Because in the process of installing the Open Xenium chip, which is not the right character. Please die. Thank you. Well, that was just enough. Nice. Weapon points. Can I get over there, please? No, of course not. Okay. Oh, look at me, I'm so special. I'm friggin' dual dragon or whatever. Ooh. I knew as soon as I jumped that Miriam's jump arc was going to be a bit too large. Which is why having a character that cannot influence their momentum or their direction in midair kind of sucks. But you know what? I also need to start paying a bit more attention. So I'm not going to say, oh, bad game, bad game. More so, wow, I'm not really paying attention, am I? My original Xbox... Oh, I didn't trigger the boss cutscene. I was just like, why is this taking so long? Original Xbox, we tried installing the Open Xenium mod chip. We think we might have fried the power supply. So... Alfred. That was on me. We think we might have fried the power supply. Which, you know, the problem isn't... Oh, now I need to find another power supply. I have 2 other original Xboxes that I can replace the sort of power supply with. That's not the issue. The issue is getting somebody who is knowledgeable enough about that to help me with it. Because there is not a chance in hell that I would ever be able to do that by myself with my current soldering ability. And by that I mean I have little to no actual soldering ability. I've done a little bit, but not enough to where I'd be actually confident working with an actual power supply and something that could fry the entire system. My ex-roommate was a lot better than that, but we ended up shelving the thing for a bit, and by the time they moved out, we just didn't have time to return to the project, and so I'm just like, yeah, I'll just pay somebody to do it. But I've had a lot of things going on where it's just like, oh hey, this requires money. So I've been holding off on that. And dang it! Well, guess I'm sacrificing the old man again. Oh no, he tripped and fell. But now the last system that I need to get fixed is my PS. Yeah, it's so strange that it sends you back here when you get a game over. Maybe it was like that before and I just never noticed. Which is entirely an option. Or entirely a possibility, rather. But my PS3, looping back around to that conversation that I keep getting distracted from, it has been having the problem on and off for years of wanting to shut itself off in the middle of operation. And that, you know, originally it started as I would just have to press the power button a few times during initial boot up. And that wasn't too bad. Like, you know, I would have to fight with it to turn on. But once it did, you know, it didn't really have any problems from there. And more recently, it has been having problems from there. And unlike most issues that I've had with consoles and whatnot, this one doesn't really have like a solid 100% you can just look it up and fix it, because some people are just like, oh, overheat your system. Use a heat gun. And then it's just like, that is a terrible idea. Why would... No. And, you know, that would be mirrored by people in the discussion forum going, no, don't do that. You will break your system. But aside from that, people haven't really been posting many solutions on what to do. So I've been in a bit of a rut because of that. Just trying to figure out, okay, I can check at the very least, like, the connections on the motherboard, make sure that no major connections are fried, because if they are, and I would just have to replace the entire thing, like, you know, I would just get an entirely new system, which sucks because... Oh, nice. Which sucks because that's the PS3 my family has had for years. And I would rather not have to replace it if I didn't have to. Nice. There we go, that wasn't too hard. All jokes aside. If, you know, it is just another power supply issue and not something that's fried on the entire main board, that would be much preferred, but I'm probably going to have to call on a friend or, you know, once again find somebody who does this professionally. Stage 5, Sunder the Night. This is your reminder to get hydrated. I'm probably going to have to either send this off to somebody. Oh, nice. Or just hope I can find somebody in my nondescript local area who does console mods and repairs, because the few leads that I've had have also come up blank. As in, I will contact them and they'll just never get back to me. And surprise, surprise, it's more Google Forms. So unless there's a, like, separate response thing that you have to go to find responses from Google Forms, I have not been able to get anything back from anybody anytime that I filled out a Google form. But I digress. That conversation came from I was talking about games that I've been playing recently. And one of them, obviously aside from Bloodstained, was the Sly Cooper trilogy. Very good games. Very much wish that they weren't Sony exclusive. Or I guess rather PlayStation exclusive, but, you know, whatever. Hopefully in the future, there will be a Sly Cooper decompilation, I believe? Reverse engineering? I forget what that's called, but the thing where people reverse engineer the code and allow it to be playable on PC. Hopefully one of those projects comes up for the Sly Cooper games, because I very much would enjoy that. And also, you know, I just wish that they weren't, like, Sony exclusive. How many charge slices does it take to... Oh, 2. Wow, okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Just because, you know, once again, my bias is showing because I grew up with the original Xbox and not the PlayStation 2, so I don't have the same connection that a lot of other people have to it. I frankly think the PlayStation 2 and honestly the PlayStation 4 are kind of overrated. Like, yeah, they can play their media. They got some fancy exclusives, but ultimately I just don't really care for them. And people can call me out and go, oh, the only reason why you like the PS3 was because you grew up with that. Yeah, I I am 100% willing to admit that. That is pretty much one of the only reasons why I enjoyed the PlayStation 3 more than the Xbox 360. The other thing is it is technically a bit more powerful. So when you get those multiplats like Sonic Unleashed that can hit 60 FPS, it's not at all consistent, but it can hit it. You know, I would take that rather than being capped at 30 FPS and still not being able to hit that benchmark. Plus, the multi-DVD format just never really was my favorite thing. Like, PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn games that do that, aw, yeah, that's my jam, you know? It's like sign of where technology was at that point. But in, like, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, I feel like they could have done something different. I don't know. It's probably just because, you know, I grew up during the times when those were the biggest systems out there, along with the Nintendo Wii, because the Wii was very popular. It's still a very good system, even if it's not the most technically powerful. It just had a whole bunch of good games, as well as being very, very good for you know, playing older games with both the GameCube. GameCube backwards compatibility right out of the box, unless you got the Wii Mini in like 2011, 2012, I don't remember when it came out. But, you know, it had the natural GameCube compatibility right out of the box. The Wii was no slouch when it came to the number of games that came out for it. As well as just the Wii Virtual Console was a huge thing. And that's how I was able to play so many games that I would have never gotten the chance to before I got a large physical collection of games. And the Wii is probably why I enjoy playing a lot of those older consoles, because I'm going to be honest. Had the Wii Shop channel not exist, or the Wii Virtual Console rather, not existed, it probably would have taken me a few more years to even hear the name TurboGrafx-16. And I'm very glad that, you know, that system was able to introduce me to so many of those older consoles and older games, you know, and it helps that their curated list of games, Stage 6, Tragedy of Slaughter. Their curated list of games, you know, they made sure that they ran very well. You know, I'm all for emulation, especially when certain retro titles cost multiple hundreds of dollars just to get on the secondhand market. I think that that is ridiculous, and they're video games. They should just be a lot easier to find and play. But emulation isn't perfect. especially for games like Bomberman 64: The Second Attack, which my ex-brother-in-law had physically for his Nintendo 64, so I got to play it. And I was just like, oh, this is great. And then I look it up years later when I have a Nintendo 64, and I'm just like, ooh, that's terrible. And I look at the options for emulating it, and I'm just like, ooh, that's also not great. Because, you know, emulation has gotten very far over the years, and I'm very, I say proud as if I've done anything to help. You know, it brings me a lot of hope for, like, game preservation and whatnot. How far, sort of, emulation has gotten. That being said, it's still not perfect. And games like Bomberman 64: The Second Attack, I want to say Conker's Bad Fur Day, just off the top of my head, super expensive games that are hard to emulate properly. Oh, nice. Did I despawn the second one? That's kind of hilarious. You know, games from Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, as well. Like, there have been great strides in Saturn emulation as of late, but it's still not 100%. And of course, you know, emulation on things like Polymega, which I am also very excited for. I hope that I get mine soon. Oh, nice. Have also, you know, thrown their hat into the ring of providing a sort of way for you to play these older games on newer systems. Or I guess the Polymega is its own newer system. But being able to play, you know, these older games without shelling out for expensive HDMI mods. Shoutouts to Xbox HD Plus for being relatively cheap, all things considered, especially when you consider that it does come with an Open Xenium mod chip, if you so choose, for an extra $20, I want to say. I got mine when they were going on sale initially for, I want to say, like, only $80. $80. $80. So that was cool, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, older systems have games, especially ones that don't sell very well, but then people are just like, oh, wait, this is actually a good game. And then sell them for multiple hundreds of dollars. And it's very annoying when it's just like, oh, this was a game that, you know, I enjoyed playing. And, you know, I tried looking at emulation, and it still isn't there yet. How much can I get it for loose? How does $300 sound? And then it's just like, cool, great, no. I guess I'll just watch a video about it and be sad. You know, like, I think it's nice to have, like, stuff complete in box and, you know, sealed. And it's cool for, like, collectors and whatnot, but as somebody who just wants to play the games, the retro video game market is kind of ridiculous. Come on. But I digress. Nice. That's a pro tip. When you see a projectile coming, just run right into it. Show the game that you are not afraid. Oy. And it will show you why you are wrong to not be afraid. But older games are cool and nice, and I wish that, you know, while there are big strides being made in the emulation scene for those systems, like people aren't just sitting around. They are actively working on things like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Wii, original Xbox, and Sega Saturn, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, all those sorts of things. They're working on, you know, making better emulators. But once again, it's not there, and in the meantime, you're just kind of screwed unless a company decides to re-release its older games, which luckily has become more and more of a common thing. You will never see me complaining about a company deciding to re-release their older games. Like, I can complain about the port's quality, I can complain about this, that, or the other thing. When you lose a life, does it just send you back a checkpoint? Have I just never noticed, or is that just something unique to Ultimate Mode? I can complain about the ports or collection's quality, you know, up and down, but at the end of the day, I will still say, providing even just, like, emulated versions of older games, legally, is a practice that I am very much behind. You know, especially with companies like Nintendo deciding, oh, you know what? People don't want to play Mario after March. Or a Fire Emblem game that previously had not been officially translated before. You know, with time things, you just kind of lose those. Nice. The thing that I was trying to avoid. You just kind of lose those, and, you know, same with digital shops, which is why I started building up my physical collection. I'm not somebody who is opposed to digital games, as you can tell that this is being played digitally on PC. Nice. But I would rather have a physical collection, just that way there we go. And that is probably the only time you'll ever see me use the dagger in this playthrough again. Dang it. I hit the jump button the same time that I hit the attack button, so I didn't get my double jump out because the charge slash took priority. But that's another reason why I'm so looking forward to my Polymega, because I can use my physical collection and digitize that instead of just getting Stage 7, Defiler of Taboos. Instead of just, you know, getting totally legal digital copies of my collection online and playing them through an emulator. You know, I can cut out the middleman of having to go to sketchy websites and trying to find, you know, this, that, or the other thing that works with my totally legitimate console that is being digitally displayed through my PC. But all jokes aside, I very much enjoy emulators. I just prefer when I get the chance to play on real hardware, or at the very least something like the Polymega that tries to recreate the original hardware to get as close as you probably could to the original hardware without being, you know, an FPGA console. Right. So what I want to do... All of these are weapon ups, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Well, weapon ups. Weapon energy. God, I keep losing my train of thought, and I apologize for those listening in, just trying to relax, and then it's just like, what? This topic has changed like 5 different times. I was not on the bookcase, I guess. Oh. You know what? That's fine. And you know what? That's just embarrassing. But we can test out this theory that, that ultimate mode, ultimate mode sends you back a checkpoint whenever you lose a life. Oh, it totally does. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. Alright. Nope. Surprise, I didn't want that one. Well, it's a good thing I got an extra life. I had already used my double jump, so I'm just like, oh, I'll just double jump back with that jump I don't have. Okay. It was one of those things that halfway through you realized it wasn't going to play out how you thought it would. Why did you respawn? Why did I jump into the pit? Alright. Oh god. think I was talking about, like, physical versus digital, but I don't remember how we got to that part. Because I talked about systems like Polymega, and how I would rather be able to just digitize my games collection without having to resort to finding dumps of the game online. Before that, I was talking about systems that I needed to get repaired. And before that... Oh, I was talking about games that I was playing recently. So we got the Sly Cooper games. I eventually looped back around. There we go. The Sly Cooper games, I've also been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I have been playing that friggin' mobile game since before its first anniversary. I want to say I started right before the first anniversary, right when physical full power Frieza was coming out. I forgot I don't have the fire shield. Yeah, this is going swimmingly. Alright. Boom! Yeah! Alright. Far out. So I've been playing a lot of that recently, but also, you know, I've dedicated years of my life to that game, so when am I not? This one has the health, right? Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Alfred, if it's between you and Jeeble, I'm picking Jeeble. Alright. So yeah, I've been playing Dokkan, been playing Sly. Obviously this, because, you know, I've been streaming it. That sounded, like I don't like this game. I very much like this game, otherwise I wouldn't have committed to 4 playthroughs of the thing. But there's been a few other games that I've been playing. Well, not like too many, because I don't like dividing up my time that much. Because there are also, you know, real-world things that I would like to do. But I've been playing this, I've been playing Dokkan, I've been playing... Oh, what's it called? It's just gone. I'm sure I'll think about it, like, near the very end of the stream, and I'll bring it back up, but right now it's just gone. It's claymation, it's the Neverhood. Unfortunately, its sequel, Skull Monkeys, is a PlayStation exclusive. Why didn't I just go through the door? Is another PlayStation exclusive. However, I can just get a totally legally acquired copy from the depths of the internet. I don't care if that was overkill, I just want to get through. And then play it on something like the Polymega, for example. Because I've been talking about it a lot. Meanwhile, with those cartridge-based systems, while yes, I could get a flash cart, which are expensive in their own right, ultimately you do have to weigh the options of, do I want to, for a couple $100, buy this one game, or would I rather get a thing that I can put in the cartridge slot, plug in, and get pretty much any game I want. So yeah, it's another one of those things where you kind of have to weigh your options. You know, are there enough games that I don't already have that getting something like a flash cart would be beneficial, or would I rather just not purchase those super expensive games off the secondhand market and just emulate them if emulation is good enough to play them decently? So yeah. Here we have Mr. Zappy Hands. Or I guess Mr. Zappy Tail? Mr. Tail Spark? Nice. Tried to get him before he did the thing. Went a bit too early. This is going so well. Whew, what is going on with my timing today? Oh dear gods. Well, we'll see how this goes. By the way, it is so mean that they put the, checkpoint before those two guys. Like, if they put it up here, that would be totally fine. And I realize if I die here, I'm going to have to go back to a previous checkpoint, which kinda sucks, but oh well. God, I just keep losing my train of thought. I am so sorry, everybody. There we go. That's fine. If that is the only time that I get hit, we can we can deal with that. That is not the only time I got hit. Alright. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright. Why did I think that Why did I think that would work? I kinda want to sacrifice another life, but I'm not going to. Well, now it's looking a lot more tempting. Alright. Bye. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take Jeeble, and I'm going to get to that other, checkpoint. So that way... No, what are you doing? So that way I don't have to go even further back in the stage. I'm also going to go up here for the extra life again, or for the extra points again, so that way I can hopefully get an extra life. I don't know if Jeeble's bat form can break walls. That was a great test. No, it can't. So if you have Jeeble, there is just no way to break open walls, which is not ideal. Alright. Yeah, there's still many games that I want to get in my lifetime that I don't want to have to pay a hefty premium just to get. But you know, y'all won't be able to see a lot of those anyway because I can't find a good HDMI splitter that strips HDCP. I looked up one that somebody online said, "Oh yeah, I use this to..." You've got to be kidding. Let Jeeble be the only one I lose this time. That said specifically, "Oh yeah, I use this to record and stream my PS3 games." I get it for my PS3, and it doesn't work. Like, yeah, it works as an HDMI splitter. It sends the video output to multiple HDMI signals, but it doesn't allow me to record or stream my PlayStation 3 games. And I understand that companies, you know, have to make sure that they're not, that they couldn't get sued for aiding in, you know, bootlegging, which I believe is what most companies who put HDCP in their products are worried about. But then, you know, it makes it very frustrating for somebody like me who just wants to play games and record them and share them to the world. Yes. Oh, that was a bit closer than I was hoping for. Alright. There we go. Much better. Do I have my stream chat set to all? Yes, I do. Okay. What do you got? Might be good for, when he's doing his tail beam, like firing straight across. There we go. That is what I wanted to do in the first place. Dang it. Well, I'll forego doing damage that rotation. Oh, nice! That looked really cool. Well, I dashed. I didn't jump. You know what? I think I'm very much overthinking that desperation attack. I think you just need to jump directly upwards. if I'm being honest. But anyway, here comes the final stage. Stage 8, Curse of the Moon. Ah. How did I get hit by there? Well, I know what I got hit by there. Let it be known that there is... God, this is going swimmingly. Oh, I meant to go the other way. It still worked out in the end. Cool. Alright. Well, it looks like, barring any game overs, we might be nearing the end of the playthrough already. That is, barring some super boss I am forgetting about. Come on. There we go. I don't think there's a super boss I'm forgetting about, just in general. Alright. There we go. Yeah, there's just something about, like, one of the great things about going through this again I should have used my quick ascent. There's just something about going through this again that just makes you feel so powerful. Like, this is the power that you have gained over the course of your multiple playthroughs. I can't take that path anymore. Is it really worth it to keep trying? Yeah, I'm not gonna throw away this run just because I'm a bit salty on the fact that I was just like, oh, that's not gonna work, and then I tried it anyway. Why am I trying to fight you? Also, Miriam can't dash in this one. I should have just went for it. Alright. Here we go. Now we don't have Jeeble or Zangetsu to save me from this. I have to play this part legitimately. There we go. Let that be the last time I ever have to do that section. Huh. Well, if I lose Miriam, then... then it won't be. So let me tell you. I looked it up, and there is somebody who has beaten all the game's bosses as, Solo Alfred. As you may notice, that person is not me. I very much cannot take on pretty much any boss as Alfred without the electrical charge, which I will very much take, thank you. Now, the problem with getting... no! The problem with getting the electrical charge, and also, oh no, look at that, he tripped and fell again. The problem with getting the Triad Thunder or whatever. Oh! I guess this is the one exception to, the game just being like, oh no, you can't do anything. Or you have to go back a checkpoint. I really should just jump for the stairs. The problem with saving up for Triad Thunder is if you're doing the solos, not solo Zangetsu, solo Alfred, the first phase is absolute hell on earth. Ooh, that was so satisfying to cut through. Well, that was less satisfying. Alright. But one more cycle should be enough to take him out. Well, I say that and then I get stuck in perhaps the worst possible place. Yeah, see? Alright. And now we fight the final boss again. Are you ready to exterminate the night and cleave the moon? Haha, gotcha. Let me just real quick. Don't mind me. Alright. Oops. There we go. Alright. A very familiar scene unfolds before them. Zangetsu was astonished by his own actions. For what reason did he do this? He exists to slay demons and take revenge, but long-lost emotions had been rekindled. However, the time for that is past. As his consciousness drowned in darkness, Zangetsu could only pray for his friend's safety. And now, because it's ultimate mode, the castle stays standing, and so in order to stop the new Dark Emperor, Zangetsu's allies plunged into battle again. They may have to end their ally's life, but can they still save his soul? To be continued? What? Hold up. I think I did something very wrong. Okay, help me. Internet guides online. Standard ending, those left behind. I already earned Nightmare Mode. Am I thinking of Curse of the Moon 2? I very much could be thinking of Curse of the Moon 2. Huh. Oh. You know what? There are a few more endings. Endings that I, for the sake of Hallowstream 2022, I'm not going to get. Just because, you know, I've done this game for the last 2 weeks? Or the last 3 streams? If we're counting the bonus one. So we have gotten Those Left Behind, which is the ending where you complete normal mode with all three allies, which unlocks Nightmare mode, and Zangetsu succumbs to the darkness, the ending that we just saw. The Fallen Moon's Requiem is the ending to Nightmare mode. There's pretty much only one way to beat Nightmare mode, and that's it. But just as I'm going through this, I'll show you Boss Rush mode, to show you we're not really super missing much. You only get to play as normal Zangetsu. I believe there's a cheat code to let you play as Ultimate Zangetsu or something. But, you know, I didn't bother because I'm just showing you this real quick. So, Nightmare mode, you know, there's only one ending to Nightmare mode. And then the ending that I was thinking of, where you just had to beat Ultimate mode, known as Nightmare's End, or the good ending, is where you have to beat the game while ignoring every ally, not killing them, not adding them to your party. You just ignore them. And what that does is Zangetsu defeats Grummery but is unable to stop her final attack. In the last moment, Miriam, Alfred, and Jeeble jump in and sacrifice themselves to save him. Zangetsu escapes and watches the castle crumble. So yes, that was the ending that I was thinking of. You know, because every classic venue game has to have a castle crumbling section. Or a castle crumbling ending. Zangetsu escapes and watches the castle crumble. Peace returns to the land, and, moved by their sacrifice, Zangetsu feels a change in his heart. Which is very nice. It would have been nice if I remembered how to actually get that for this playthrough, but who knows, I might do an extra stream after Hallowstream, just going, hey, just for posterity, here are the endings of Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon that I didn't get before. So, yeah, you just play normal, or hopefully Ultimate counts. And you ignore everybody. Blade Gleaming at Sunrise is the normal ending. That's much worse because your health bar doesn't refill. Alright. Using one of my 2 health ups. Blade Gleaming at Sunrise. To get this ending, ally with 1 or 2 of the other characters and ignore or kill the rest. Grummery is defeating, and Zangetsu and his ally/allies watch the castle crumble. Peace returns to the land, and the allies go their separate ways. But Zangetsu's heart is still plagued by darkness. And then we have that man Zangetsu as another. Ooh, that was close. As another normal mode ending. Come on. I refuse to be crushed. To get this ending, kill 1 or 2 allies and ignore the rest. Do not ally with any. Gremory is defeated and Zangetsu watches the castle crumble. Peace returns to the land, but Zangetsu's heart is still plagued by darkness. Sounds very familiar, you just don't have the allies going their separate ways because, well, murder is kind of frowned upon when you're trying to make friends. Alright, and then Emperor of the Dark, which is the bad ending, that's the genocide route playthrough, as I continue to call it. But other than that, and showing you that there's no real, like, big ultimate secret, dang it, that you get for playing Boss Rush, I think I'm going to call it here. Let me at least finish off the boss. I wonder how long it would take to just kill that dude by destroying the coin stacks instead of hitting the head. I don't know. But I digress. Thank you so much for joining me for Hallowstream 2022's playthroughs of Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. So yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you next week for whatever game we stream next time. I know what it's going to be, but you'll just have to wait to see. Anyway, peace.